Update 1.0 for Anime Expeditions should be coming out very soon, and this is everything you need to be doing right now to prepare for it. We're going to be going over the best gem method, best trait method, best units, and also the best equipment you need to have for the update. Alright chat, so the villain update has been out for officially a week and a half now. I'll be honest, if you didn't macro, you should be about done if you did play every day. If you did macro, honestly, it should have took you less than 2 days to finish this update, but it's been a long time. A lot of people are just waiting for update 1.0 now. We have gotten leaks about what update 1.0 is. It is saying it is going to drop on August 7th, but they also said the date isn't confirmed, so we could be waiting another week. I think it's dropping at the end of this week though. Alright, to start it off, we're going to be going with the best units that you should be bringing into update 1.0. I'll be honest, there's only like 4 units you really need to bring into update 1.0. That's going to be Dark Mage, right, for DPS, Kenpachi for DPS. You should be bringing Puppet in, even if it's Unbound or Forsaken. Puppet is meta rewind right now. Shadow, if you have Shadow. I don't really use Shadow, but he is very good. We're gonna have Crow for the shield breaking, which makes every other shield breaker like useless. You don't need to bring Elf Mage. I'm gonna be honest, Elf Mage has been pushed out, and I'm thinking update 1.0 is just gonna push her out even further. I'm gonna be honest, those are the only units you really need to be bringing. Everything else, honestly, you don't need. Like, you should have every unit evolved. I will say that, because I don't know what's coming. There could be an event where, like, say Terra is the only strong unit there or something, but like, I don't have any of these units rolled or anything good on them. Look, I just had their weapon and evolved version of them. But the units should be Kenpachi, Dark Mage, Crow, Shadow, Puppets, and that's pretty much it. That's all you really need to bring into the next update. They should be able to clear the next update, that team in general. Now, I'm going to talk about the best reroll method. I was going to talk about equipment, but I'm going to leave equipment for the end of the video. Reroll methods now, with trait methods, which is honestly going to be this event right here. Villain chest is really good. You can get about 20 to 30 a day, 30 if you're lucky. The real best reroll method is going to be the bounty board. If you have a lot of gold, you could just reroll for the mythic bounties, and I think you could get around 70 trait rerolls a day, I believe. Yes, you could get 70 trait rerolls a day just from doing this. So that's damn near 100 already just from the villain hunt and the bounty board. I will say the bounty board does take quite a while to do. I actually don't do it that much. I've done it like twice. But the second best trait roll method is obviously going to be trait crystals here on the regular challenge or the daily when it resets. Another method is going to be expeditions, which let's go straight into it. Now, this method is honestly more annoying, I would say, because you actually have to macro every night, and that's going to be the resource drill right here, and you get the geodes. Now, the geodes are honestly mid. I'm not gonna lie, they do are. The geodes give you a lot of stat cubes and stat rerolls. I will say that's the only thing you should be using this for. If you're relying on the resource drill for trait rerolls, it's just not going to go good. I mean, I opened 1,000 geodes and I only got 80 rerolls. And then we're going to have the last method here, which is going to be the expedition shop, where you could actually buy 15 rerolls every 2 days. But then I said again, you got to macro expeditions mode, which can get a little bit boring. I mean, there's the quest board right here, 25 rerolls. This one's actually pretty good. And then of course the last spot is going to be the raid shop with the general right here, which I have not bought all of them. You can buy 100 every week, I believe. Oh, you also get 25 from the ramen guy every day. So that's like, dude, you could get over 150 plus every day. I'm not gonna lie. All right, now for the true last reroll method. I keep saying the last one, but then I'll find something else. But this is truly the last one. This one coincides right next to the gem method, so we're gonna be going over that right after this. But this is what I think the best reroll method in the game is. Honestly, it's not. Well, I mean, it's up to you if you believe that. But essentially, if you get shiny legendaries, right, and you normalize them, I think you get like 4 or 3 trait rolls per legendary. And essentially, if you wait for the event, let's go look at the event. Oh, bro, it's not here anymore. But there was an event where it increased shiny odds on top of shiny hunter, and I got so many legendaries. I think you could get, if you have 100k gems, you could probably get 70 rerolls plus if you're lucky. Now for the best gem farm in the game, which as I said coincided with the last reroll method, is going to be Yoda play. I mean, a lot of people know this method already. King's Tomb, Mastery Stage, you get 100 gems per clear, right? But the clears are 1 minute and 30 seconds, so that's way faster than, say, a regular clear for 100 gems, which is 3 minutes. That's every 100 gems on a regular map, there's 200 gems on this map, which is insane. Now, there are obviously other methods to get gems. That is one method. I would say that's the best in the game, most consistent, the one you can actually macro. You could be doing, I mean, you could do the weekly challenges. That works too. The daily infinites, these give decent gems, but these just take a long time to do, honestly. And by the time you do these, you already made more than that from the mastery stage. So this there's honestly no better method for gems than this stage right here. And you can stack up about, in one night, you can get like 40k gems in one night. Now, for the last topic of this video, we're going to be going over the best equipment there are in the game. Now, of course, you should always be having all of these equipment for your characters, right? Which, I mean, you should have your character's weapon, I'll be honest. You can craft all of them here except for the villain ones, which you have to play the event for. But for the regular equipment, we're going to be going over which ones are the best. Start off with the Warrior's Axe. This one is mid. I mean, it is usable, but I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe something like Shinigami Sword. A Shinigami Sword mogs it. 3 Swords from Hell mogs it. This is a very mid weapon. 5% SPA is like, it's alright, but it's not crazy. Then moving on, 3 Swords from Hell. This is a very good straight damage weapon. This goes good on Kenpachi, pretty much. I mean, you can put this on anyone. This is universal, but people just like to run Shinigami Sword instead. For Kenpachi, I am actually running Shinigami Sword and 3 Swords from Hell, which insane damage. Staff of Chaos, 10% magic dealt, 5% SPA. This is the same thing as a Warrior's Axe. It is just mid. You could run it, but it's not recommended. Same thing with this one. Instead of SPA, it's going to be range this time, which, I mean, you don't really need this, bro. And then we got Shinigami Sword, which is honestly quite insane. 15% damage on top of the 5% damage and 10% crit, which, if you, honestly, to min-max, you need that 10% crit. I'll keep it a bug. Red Finger, I currently use on no one because there's no bleed characters that are good. I think there's Yuta, but Yuta has been pushed out of meta, and you don't even use Yuta for his bleed. Then there's Raid Cape, 10% damage, 5% range. Same thing as these, mid. Pirates, a Slingshot. This is actually really good for supports. You should be running this on supports that need range. I run this onto my Salmon Sorcerer, my Forbidden Mage. Who else? Anybody that needs range or needs a lot of, I don't know, like, so whatever. But this is really good. 15% range is insane. Magic Orb. I know if you want range, you could use this. You're not obviously not using this for the damage. I mean, the damage is a bonus, but range is where this is at. Next, Magic Book. Probably one of the best equipment in the game. 20% magical damage. Every magical DPS unit should have this. If you're not having this, it's cooked. Next, the Kunai. The Kunai is a very good starter equipment. 10% damage is really good. 5% SPA is 5% SPA. But the 10% damage scaling is really good. I mean, I think a lot of people get this as their first equipment from the Battle Pass. But it's really good, honestly. I mean, you could use it all the way up to endgame, but there's obviously Shinigami Sword and Magic Book that just ends up mogging it. Next, Katana. The Katana is actually pretty good because of the 10% physical damage and 5% damage. It's like 15% increase in damage overall, but it gets mogged by Shinigami Sword. As you guys can realize, Shinigami Sword just mogs everything. Shinigami Sword, you can get up to 20% increased damage with the 10% crit is crazy. Then we got Enhanced Katana. 10% crit chance, 5% crit damage. Again, it's just a shitty Shinigami Sword. Does the same thing except the crit damage, but the 5% crit damage when you get 20% damage, right? Like, come on. Elf Suitcase. This is, I mean, you could use this, but magical damage dealt and 5% range, like, rather go Magic Book and like something else. Sacrifice the 5% range, honestly. Dragon Hilt. It's just honestly the reverse of the Enhanced Katana. Is 10% crit damage and 5% crit chance. Same thing again. Shinigami Sword mogs. Bamboo Bottle. Best in slots for Puppet, actually. This is a really good equipment. 10% range, which is insane. Every time this unit uses an active ability, reduce the active ability cooldown by 1 to 2%. Every, well, maxed out 10%, which is really good. And then lastly, accursed equipment. 10% SPA. You could run this on, like, I would say this is actually good on like supporting units like a Rukia or a Gray or a Salmon Sorcerer, but you have to know the cooldowns. Like Rukia's ice is like a 5% cooldown, so you don't even want her SPA to go below 5%, honestly. Alright, chat, that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching or making it to the end. I do post on TikTok. Now, I do know a lot of people are upset about what Update 1.0 is. If you guys don't know, I'm not going to tell you guys, but there are leaks about what Update 1.0 is, and people aren't happy about it, but I have hopes. People are saying the game's going to die because of Update 1.0, but I'm really excited for this tower right here. I'm thinking this is going to be an Infinity Tower. Hopefully they drop new game modes, a new everything. A bunch of characters are going to come out, obviously. I'm going to stack up on gems, so we're going to be doing a big video. Hopefully I can get like 400k gems by that time. That video is going to hit, though. Thank you guys for watching.